We got together in March and went to a bout in Fargo and wanted to start one here. So we've been plugging along ever since. And so this here is the scrimmage we had. We had girls from Fargo and girls from Grand Forks come up, and it was just a simple scrimmage. Wasn't an audience or anything. We did have a bout in October at the old high school gym, but we do need a venue. We practice right now at the Armory. Well, the ice arena would be good. You know, it's just the right size, the floor space, the seating, everything up there would be good. It's just a matter of when we could use it. No, it would be good just to have a permanent place that we could use. So that's been a struggle.
We have 6 right now, full-time.
6 skating, I think, yeah. And we are gonna have, we're gonna be out and about on January 29th, try to recruit people. So we'll be out, go to some of the local bars here in town, spread the word, spread flyers, and try to get people involved. We've had a lot of interested, but we need people to actually commit to it. And it is a big commitment, but it's well worth it.
Not only do we need skaters, we need volunteers to help with bouts. We need refs, coaches,
people to run the scoring. Lots of volunteers and sponsors too. We need sponsors.
Right. So sponsorship is a huge thing for us because, well, the skaters take care of their own equipment, their skates, helmets, knee pads, all that stuff. Their insurance, they have to be 21 and be insured. But we have to have a liability insurance for a venue, which is a huge expense. That's where our sponsorship comes in. Advertising, you know,
all the stuff that goes along with it. It gets expensive, so we need sponsors too.
Practicing summer, and well, most of the bouts are in the wintertime.
In the fall, you know, fall through spring type thing. But there's still practices in the summer and everything else. So, and we'd like to have a bout yet this spring, another one here in town.
Right.
So, trying to find a spot for that and figure out a date that will work.
Okay. The object of the game is to get your jammer through. Once the jammer gets through, they make points. The jammer is the gal that's wearing a star on her hat or on her helmet. You have a group of 4 up front of your own team, and you have a pivot person and 3 blockers. And their job is to get the other team out of the way to get your jammer through. And once the jammer gets through, then they start making points. So it's a lot of hitting, a lot of blocking. It's fun. There's not a lot of serious injuries either.
But it is a sport, you know, it's not staged like it was way back when. You know, a lot of people think, oh, is this like it was back in the 70s when it was on TV? No, it's a real sport.
We're nonprofit, so all of our proceeds from the first bout went to
the activity fund at the high school.
Right. And then we rang bells for the Salvation Army. In December, we're going to do the polar bear plunge in Alexandria for the Special Olympics in Minnesota. We helped out at the rodeo, which of course is for American Cancer Society.
Yeah, it's a lot of community involvement as well. We need more skaters and people involved and sponsors. So, but we'd like to have more people commit to the team, and so we can make this happen in Fergus. Be good. Something different for everybody. You know, and I have teenage girls, and they love this stuff. They love going to watch this, and I've taken them to Fargo too and watched the bouts, and they love it.
My 70-year-old aunt attended one in Bemidji, and she had a blast. She thought it was just the most awesome thing ever. When are you going to do it again? When are you going to do it again? Even older people love it too.
Yeah, it's fun to watch. But it's just, kids like it. People enjoy it. It's just fun and something different for Fergus Falls, and that's what Fergus Falls needs.
So what's your guys' names?
One too many.
Stepha Queen Sweet.
And what are you doing here today?
Just helping out. It's a scrimmage, so I'm reffing, obviously.
Yeah, hence the stripes. Yes. And I am playing. I get to jam and I get to block.
How long have you been doing this?
A couple of months. You've been doing it a while.
Since last April. We have a men's league in Fargo, and I'm a part of that as well.
What got you into the game? Violence?
It's not really violence so much, but there's a real rush you get from putting on a pair of skates, swinging around a track, going 15, 20 miles an hour, and having somebody smash into you. I mean, really, it's your first bruise is your favorite. Your first
many.
Big hit you get, you remember forever. It's like it's your first.
You take pictures of bruises.
What would you say to someone if you're going to encourage them to get into this sport?
Just do it, simply. Sorry.
I was going to say, I bought my roller skates on eBay. They were super cheap, and just tried it out, and I loved it. So
just
do it.
Get the equipment and just do it, because you can't. If it all looks interesting to you, or you think you might like it, and you've got the desire to skate, even if you've never been on a pair of roller skates, just do it.
Rip it and rip it.
Exactly.
And come see about. Our next one is February 5th.
5th.
Yes.
How do people find the Fargo Moorhead team schedule? And what's your team name?
The women, it's Fargo Moorhead Derby Girls, and they've got 6 teams total. They've got 4 home teams and 2 travel teams. You can go to fmderbygirls.com and find their, or just search Fargo Moorhead Derby Girls, and it'll take you right to their website. It's got their schedule, it's got bios on all the players, it's got some of the stuff on the rules, on the league, how to get involved. And the Fargo men's team is Rock City Riot, and that's www.rockcityriot.com. And the men have a bout coming up on January 23rd at Skateland in Fargo.
I'm Eve from Grand Forks.
And what are you doing here?
Well, right now, actually, we're running a scrimmage with the Fergus Falls girls and a couple of guys from the Fargo team.
Okay. And what position are you normally in on the team?
I'm a blocker. I'm better known as Madam Bamf when I'm skating.
How do you spell that?
BAMF.
And how long have you been doing something like this?
Our league just got started here in May, and we have our first official home bout here in February.
What's the team name again?
We are the Sugar Beaters.
The Sugar Beaters. And that's a B-E-A?
Yep. Sugar Beat.
Okay.
Well, the only players that score are actually the jammers. What you'll see when you start at the beginning of a jam is 2 girls right on the line who are the pivots. They're like the pace cars. They're the ones calling the plays to the other girls. Behind them, you have the blockers. The blockers basically block. They make it hard for the jammers to get through. They knock each other over. They're the ones who execute the strategy that's being called by the pivots. Further back, at the second line, you have 2 girls with stars on their helmets. They're the jammers. They're the ones who are actually racing through. They're trying to break through the pack, because as soon as they break through the pack, they start scoring points. You get a point for every girl you pass.
Okay. All right. And what's the thing you like most about this sport?
It's just such a great, fun atmosphere. You can go out. There's a great fellowship to Derby, and it's great for blowing out steam too. There's nothing like taking it all out on the rink.
When is the next bout coming?
February 19th in the Alaris Center.